Good afternoon, Larry Summers. Good afternoon, Mr. President. Larry, the unemployment rate is still above 10%. Small businesses are failing by the bushel. Wages are going down. Gas prices are going up. And the government has a $2 trillion deficit. As you know, Mr. President, we inherited a tough economic situation. People are fucking pissed, Larry. I don't think I will win re-election if this continues. How can we fix it? Mr. President, the answer is to do what we have been doing. We need to make sure that the large banks are well capitalized so that they can lend money. The way to do that is to loan them trillions at 0% interest so they can invest in government bonds and make billions on a risk-free trade. Eventually, the large banks will have enough money that they will want to lend to regular people and small businesses again. Larry, if the banks can make billions on a risk-free government finance trade, why would they ever loan money to a struggling small business or an entrepreneur? The big banks will, as soon as we get the animal spirits primed. But the big banks need to make billions risk-free before they will take any risk at all. But I thought the whole point of TARP and the stress tests was to make sure the big banks were healthy enough to lend. You actually believe that was the purpose? I apologize. I should have explained that those were bullshit feints for public consumption. Everyone in the know knew that they were pointless. Why don't we just give people money so they can pay off their debt? The money will go to the banks so they can make their risk-free billions, but people will also get rid of their debt. Because that would cause inflation. The banks can't get paid back in dollars that are devalued. But we have inflation right now. The stock market is up. Gold is up. Oil and gas prices are increasing. Even house prices are going up. Mr. President, it's only inflation if it causes the wages of the poor and middle class to go up. Inflation in all of those other markets only helps creditors and banks, so that is not actually inflation. It will also help the banks earn their risk-free billions faster, so they can start lending. Larry, I think I understand. If the inflation makes it easier for people to pay off their debt, then it is bad for banks and creditors. If the inflation helps the banks and creditors directly, then it is a good thing. Mr. President, that is the policy we agreed to when you were first elected. It is the same one that Bush and Paulson pursued as well. I think the best thing to do is stay the course. Okay, Larry. But how will this help me win re-election? Mr. President, eventually people will be so broken down that will want any job at any pay and will be grateful for it. Once the people are broken and the banks have enough money, then unemployment will go down, and it should happen before the 2012 campaign. Thank you for explaining everything, Larry Summers. I think I understand the policy now. I will need to talk to Rahm Emanuel to figure out how we can help our country's other important industry, the health insurance companies. Thank you, Mr. President.